How's it going, guys? It's Brad. So yeah, the Monday Night Raw review for last night. Got a lot of notes here, a lot of stuff to talk about. So yeah, let's get started with this. So Monday Night Raw starts, of course, Monday Night Raw, before we start on the air, we have the little video thing that says in loving memory of Leon White, aka Vader, in case anybody doesn't know who Leon White is. That's Vader's real name. But yeah, of course, as you've seen, I did not make a video on the day Vader passed, which was last Wednesday. Alright, because I've saw a drama circle jerk between Thrash Maniac 99 and another Canadian YouTuber. Forget his name, but the Canadian YouTuber made a video saying how, also doing a rant about WWE in his tribute, in his Rest in Peace Vader video, pretty much saying fuck you to Vince McMahon and Triple H and whatnot. And talking about how Vader shouldn't be in Hall of Fame. I do agree with Thrash Maniac. No. Last Wednesday was about honoring Vader, not to rant about WWE. If you wanted to make a video rant about WWE, do it in a separate video. Alright, I didn't make a video last week on that because I did not want to say something I'm going to regret. So I decided I'd do the best thing possible and not get involved in the drama, and not make one. But we'll address it now because we've had time to let things boil over. I do agree. Vader should have been in the Hall of Fame a long time ago. They should have tried to get him in when he was still alive. And of course, now Vince is considering putting him in now that he's dead. Yeah, of course you are, Vince. You wait till somebody dies before doing it, you idiot. Fuck. Yeah, let's not induct Vader, let's not induct Chris Benoit, or Owen Hart, or Chyna, but let's induct a 16-year-old Roman Reigns fan into the Hall of Fame. That makes total sense. Good thinking, Vince, good thinking. But yeah, rest in peace, Vader, a legend, a true champion. But yeah, on to the review now. So yeah, Raw starts off with Kurt Angle in the ring with Constable Baron Corbin. Of course, Kurt Angle addressing a Facebook post Paul Heyman had on Facebook last week. And as Kurt Angle's about to address it, boring fuckface Roman Reigns music comes out. Roman Reigns does his boring ass walk to the ring. Roman gets in the ring. Roman Reigns, don't mind me. Roman Reigns, I want to hear explanation face to face. Then Bobby Lashley comes out. Bobby says he wants to hear what Kurt has to say too. And then he tells Roman Reigns he had 3 years to beat Brock Lesnar. Oh yes, of course, dating back to Roman's first match against Lesnar at Mania 31. And that's failed. And then he tells Roman to move on to the back of the line. Yes, Roman, you need to move on to the back of the line. You've had how many chances to beat Lesnar? And you've managed to piss them all away. Time to let somebody else have a turn, Roman. Roman Reigns. Kinda like how you moved on 10 years ago to be starring MMA. How'd that work out for you? Roman, before you started wrestling, didn't you want to be a football player? But you sucked at football? Like in the NFL, you were on almost a lot of teams' practice squads, including the Jaguars. In CFL, you sucked ass. Like, you only played 8 games total with the Edmonton Eskimos. And in those 8 games, you sucked ass. And you also suck ass in the ring, Roman, so you're one to fucking talk about that. So yeah, Roman, how about you do everyone a favor and shut the hell up? Roman Reigns, you did nothing since you came back. Kinda like how you haven't done anything since you lost the Intercontinental Championship. Roman Reigns, I main evented Mania 4 years in a row. Yeah, and all four of those main events you had sucked ass. The only one that was close to good was the 31 one because Seth Rollins cashed in Money in the Bank. Then Bobby Lashley says he has the tools to beat Brock Lesnar and wants a shot. Then Kurt Angle tells Roman and Bobby that the multi-man match at Extreme Rules decide who faces Brock Lesnar next is cancelled. I think this is an obvious work because why the hell would they advertise this match if it's and not let it happen? Like, it'd be stupid. But because of contract negotiations with Brock. Well, if Brock wasn't the champion, you wouldn't have these fucking problems, would you? You wouldn't have them. Like, it's shit like this that makes me wonder why Brock Lesnar is still champion in the first place. Like, he already beat CM Punk's title reign record. Like, you might as well have him drop the belt any time or just strip it off of him. But that would make too much sense, would it? Like, seriously, I have no problem with Brock. I just don't like part-timers as champions. It honestly devalues the belt. And we've had how many part-timers as champion since 2013? Like, here are all the part-time world champions we've had since 2013. We had The Rock in 2013. Lesnar in 2015. Yeah, remember Lesnar's WWE title reign almost 4 years ago? Yeah, remember how bad that reign is? Sorry, hair in my mouth. Yeah, this reign has sucked, if not it's a lot worse than that 2014 reign. We also had Triple H in 2016, Goldberg in 2017, and then Lesnar this year. Like 5 of the last 6 years, we've had a part-timer as champion. Like, seriously, that belt needs to get off Lesnar ASAP and put on a full-timer. Maybe Braun Strowman. Because he has money in the bank. Roman Reigns, you've been living on the rock. Brock don't care about anyone. Unless the price is right. Then Bobby Lashley says maybe Brock would care if he had real competition. Yes, he would care. Brock would care if he had a real opponent. And Roman Reigns is not a real opponent. Like, honestly, in this entire reign, Brock's best match was against AJ Styles at Survivor Series last year. That was honestly his best match. Because, you know, AJ Styles can make anybody look good. And Roman Reigns, since you and me don't have match Extreme Rule, let's have a match right now. Then Kurt Angle tells both of them that a match between Lashley and Reigns and Extreme Rules is in consideration. Then the Revival come out. Of course, the Revival's saying it's the same week, new stuff. Same stuff, new week. There we go, that's the correct language. Of course, Revival saying they know opportunities when we see them. And saying that we want to go back to the days where we earn opportunities instead of have it handed to us. Exactly. And then they challenge Reigns and Lashley to a rematch from last week. And Kurt Angle decides, well, last week, and they imploded. Let's see how they do this week. Get used to imploding tag teams all night, folks. So to this match itself, highlights of the match. Revival's double suplex on Lashley was really good. The Lashley dropkick to Dawson was point on. Of course, then Roman does his BS Superman comeback to dash Dawson. It gets stopped, then the Revival dominate for a bit. The BS Superman comeback includes the punches, the kicks, the 10 clotheslines of shit in the corner, and a double drive-by dropkick that looked fucking garbage. We gotta continue on with highlights after. Lashley's belly to belly was really good. Both of them were really good. Lashley's spybuster to Wilder was good. Lashley, near match ending, Lashley hit the vertical suplex on Wilder. Then Roman Reigns would tag himself into the match to hit the stupid man punch on Dawson. Then when Roman was attempting a spear, Lashley attempted to tag himself back in. Roman would catch it. Both of them would have some choice words. Then Scott Dawson would would knock Bobby Lashley off the ring corner. Roman Reigns would then hit the spear on Scott Dawson, which looked terrible this week. But of course, Roman, being the dumb animal he is, would not realize that Dash Wilder was still the legal man. Then Dash Wilder would then roll up Roman Reigns. At this point, I'm expecting a kick out. Because, you know, it ain't a Roman Reigns match without spamming the shit out of kickouts. And then Wilder gets the 3 count for the win. I'm like, holy shit. And I sort of laughed. Well, Roman, this is karma for being an asshole. I hope you like this, Roman. This is karma. Of course, after the match, Lashley and Roman stand face to face. They have a few choice words, and then Lashley walks away. And by the way, in case anyone's wondering, this whole first segment, including the match, This is all the notes I had for that one segment alone. Almost a whole damn page. For anyone that doesn't believe I take notes, take a good look at this. Yeah. Okay, before I continue on with the review, I want to address this tweet up here, somewhere in the corner up here, that Christian Miracle, shout out to him by the way, another Canadian wrestling YouTuber made, after Raw went off the air. Of course, Kurt Angle making that announcement visible on Twitter. Of course, Christian Miracle saying, "You're the boss. Tell Brock or Paul either show up and defend or you're fired." And saying Jason Jordan has more balls with a broken freaking neck than Kurt has with Soon Tai. I agree with it to an extent. Okay, Kurt is acting like a bit of a pussy. And Brock needs to defend that title. Because all Brock Lesnar's reign has been is champ for 100 days without defending. Because Brock gets special privileges in his contract. But Christian, here's what you fail to realize. There's something Brock has in his contract that lets him do whatever the fuck he wants. It's called creative control. For anyone that doesn't know what creative control is, allow me to explain. It pretty much means, if you have creative control, it pretty much means if you don't like what the script says, you actually have the power to rip it in half and demand it to be changed. That's what creative control is. And for anyone wondering, there are a lot of wrestlers, a lot of big name wrestlers in the day that had this. Hulk Hogan had it. Scott Hall had it. Kevin Nash had it. Goldberg had it. Rock had it. I want to say Stone Cold didn't have it. Correct me if I'm wrong. Think he did, think he didn't. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. Triple H had it. Because there was a story with the writer about Triple H ripping the script in half and demanding it to be changed. John Cena had it. It's obvious Cena had it. Because that would explain why Cena's buried so much talent in the last 13 years. Also, Brock Lesnar had it. Well, Roman Reigns technically doesn't have it yet, but wait a year or two and Roman will have it for sure. But yeah, Christian, you gotta recognize, creative control always wins. But yeah, that belt needs to get off Brock Lesnar ASAP. So yeah, back to the review itself. Let's continue on. So next up, we get a one-on-one match. Raw Tag Team Champion Matt Hardy with Bray Wyatt in his corner against Curtis Axel of the bandwagon team, because anybody that cheers for this team is bandwagon and fair weather and needs and has no standards. With Bo Dallas in his corner, no real highlights of this match because it was a short match. Match ending, Matt Hardy would slip off the second rope when attempting a superplex. Curtis Axel would end up landing on top, which would end up turning to a crossbody. And Curtis Axel would get the 3 count for the win for the bandwagon team. Of course, after the match, Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt would stand the ring with Bo Dallas and Curtis Axel. And Matt Bray would call Curtis's tactics for the win wonderful. And then the bandwagon team would get the hell out of the ring as soon as possible. So yeah, continuing on, we then get another match. We get a tag match. Authors of Pain, Akam and Razor. It's been a while since we've seen them against Loco Jobbers. You know where I stand with this. It proves nothing. Like, seriously, Vince, this is how we're doing shit now. And you wonder why people bash the shit out of this company and complain and criticize about it. This explains everything, Vince. And believe me, we don't enjoy this one bit. Because we want this company to succeed, but doing shit like this and having part-timers as champion do not help. So anyway, to this match itself, it was a squash match by AOP would hit the last chapter and get the 3 count for the win. After the match, AOP would attack the Jobbers for post-match assault. That would bring out Titus Worldwide, Titus O'Neil, and Apollo Crews out, and the AOP would leave the ring. Of course, backstage before this match, AOP would attack a couple producers in the backstage area, and then Titus O'Neil would tell them that they shouldn't attack producers and show some respect. Cause that's not PC! That's not PC! And saying the producers are trying to put on the best Raw possible. Yeah, they're putting on the best Raw possible, my big white ass. But yeah, anyway, continuing on. Next up, we get a segment. Raw Women's Champion Alexa Bliss will come out with Mickie James. Of course, Alexa Bliss calls Ronda Rousey entitled spoiled brat, saying she deserves a 30-day suspension. Well, Ronda's 30-day suspension is an obvious work because Ronda's still scheduled. She was scheduled for a house show last week. And Ronda is scheduled for a house show in Madison Square Garden July 7th. And I think at another house show in Bridgeport, I believe it's a week or two after. So it's an obvious work. Anyway, continuing on, Alexa then saying Ronda still doesn't know the rules of WWE. I'm pretty sure she does by now, Alexa. She knows the difference too, because UFC's deciding to kill somebody. WWE's decide to not kill somebody. Also another difference. In UFC, if you get injured, the fight is over. In WWE, if you get injured, the match is not over on some cases. In some cases, you have to finish the match injured, because as that saying is, the show must go on. Anyway, then Alexa says she's now being rewarded by having to defend the women's title against Nia Jax Extreme Rules. Well, to be fair, Ronda, Alexa, you call yourself a fighting champion, time to prove it. Plus, Nia Jax has a contracted rematch for the title at Extreme Rules. Then Alexa saying Nia always finds a way to be the victim in this situation, so trying to spin the truth. Then Alexa then says she is the real hero. Well, don't know if you really say that, Alexa. You haven't had a babyface run in WWE. Oh, well, you did have one in NXT shortly with that stupid cheerleader gimmick. Then Alexa then says she has overcome every obstacle laid out in front of her. That is true, you have. And you're a 5-time women's champion. You're actually 2 women's title reigns away from tying Trish Stratus. I wouldn't actually mind that. Then Natalya comes out. Of course, Natalya reminding Alexa there's 23 days left in Ronda's suspension. Yes, the countdown is on. Then when Alexa tries to tell Natalya to leave, Natalya then tells Alexa she talked to Kurt Angle. And that Natalya has a match with Alexa Bliss right away. Sweet, so an impromptu one-on-one match. And then Natalya tells Alexa she didn't come alone. Then Nia Jax music hits, and Nia Jax comes out to Natalya's corner. To the match itself, the highlights of the match. Natalya's roll-through was pretty good. Alexa's knee and head kick were on point. Natalya's Snooki driver was pretty good. Alexa's standing knees were well executed. Alexa's stomp to the back was good. Natalya's Russian leg sweep was on point. Match ending. Mickie James would attempt to interfere. Alexa would roll up Natalya. That would only get a 2 count. When Nia Jax interfered to return the favor, Natalya would hit the spinning clothesline, followed by locking the sharpshooter on Alexa Bliss to get the submission victory. So yeah, Natalya is victorious with Nia Jax in the corner. So anyway, continuing on. Next up, we get a 6-women tag match. Ember Moon, Sasha Banks, and Bayley versus the Riot Squad, and Kurt Angle says this is Bayley and Sasha Banks' last chance to get along. What the hell are we in now? Are we in goddamn kindergarten class? You gotta get along! Goddamn, no wonder people bash WWE. Highlights of the match. Ember Bayley's double suplex on Sarah Logan was pretty good. Liv Morgan's limbo counter to avoid a clothesline from Ember Moon was really good. Great athleticism, I'll admit that. Ember's suicide dive was really good. Ruby's leg sweep to Moon was on point. Morgan's Hurricane Rana to Ember Moon on the outside was really good. That would actually be near the end of the match. That would actually distract Sasha Banks for the match ending, which would have Ruby Riott roll up Sasha Banks to get the 3 count for the win. Well, Kurt, so much for trying to get them to get along. Because after the match, a moment I've been waiting almost 10 months for. Bayley would attack Sasha Banks for post-match assault for a heel turn 10 months too fucking late. Seriously, this heel turn should have happened when Bayley came back from her shoulder injury. But hey, it happened now. Bayley would just beat on Sasha Banks on the ground, then stomp a mud hole on her in the corner. Bayley would then throw Sasha into another corner. Bayley would throw Sasha into a barrier. And then Bayley would throw Sasha to the steel steps twice. And keep in mind, once Bayley attacked him, the place just lit up. That was like the loudest pop Bayley will ever have in her career. Like, almost all the male fans were cheering. I was cheering too because, you know, Bayley's character as a babyface has been stale. This is a change she needed. She needed a fresh change. And remember, you're saying WWE don't listen? Keep in mind, last week I complained about Sasha Banks possibly turning heel, saying it should be Bayley. 1 week later, look at this. It's like WWE producers are secretly watching my reviews. And they're actually listening to my criticism. I know, they still haven't fixed the thing with the Universal title, but still. Hey, one step at a time. One step at a time. Like, wouldn't it be crazy if a producer was actually watching my reviews? I'm surprised I haven't got flagged yet. But anyway, of course, after this heel turn, all the 12-year-old teenage girl fans in the crowd for Bayley, all of Bayley's 12-year-old fans would start crying. All of Bayley's 12-year-old fans, soak it in. This is the greatest thing that happened to Bayley's career on the main roster. This is the greatest thing that's ever happened to her. They should cherish this moment. Make it a goddamn plaque for WWE shop. In fact, you should make this moment a statue and put it right outside the WWE headquarters in Stamford, Connecticut. But anyway, continuing on, we go to another one-on-one match. We go No Way Jose versus Mojo Rawley. Before the match, Mojo's saying you have to earn the right to walk down a ramp and be in the WWE ring. That is true, you have to earn your right. Then Mojo's saying not only has Jose's cringe-ass Congo line not earned that right, he's saying that Jose hasn't earned that right. You are correct with the Congo line, but I think Jose's earned his right to be in the ring. Then Mojo insults the Congo line, picking on the one guy dressed as a hamburger named Todd. Then the crowd cheering for Todd, chanting, "We want Todd, let's go Todd." It's like, you gotta be kidding me. Honestly, a more profitable crowd would have chanted, "Todd sucks" or "Todd is gay." But hey, you know, I don't like bashing the fan base, but the fan base wants to lower their standards for shit like this. Then the shitty product they end up getting is what they rightfully deserve. And Mojo says he won't accept Jose's rematch. And Mojo would sucker punch Jose. So the match is a no contest, as Mojo would walk away. Because the bell never rang and never happened. Of course, backstage, Bayley would meet Kurt Angle in his office. Kurt Angle say Bayley messed up again, and that Kurt has to take the next action, and told Bayley will be taking mandatory counseling next week. So we can't have nice things, Kurt. Kurt, I'm going to tell you right here. You can't get Bayley and Sasha Banks to get along. Just stop with it. You're just beating a dead horse now. Just stop. Just let them fight. Like, this is what's best for the women's division. This is what's best for business, Kurt. And no wonder Christian Miracle wants to bash you for not doing your job right. Next up, we get a tag team match. Braun Strowman and Kevin Owens versus Finn Balor and Constable Baron Corbin. Yeah, more imploding tag teams. This hasn't had the capability to completely backfire at all. Highlights of the match. Strowman's clothesline to Corbin was good. Owens' cannonball to Baron Corbin was also on point. Braun Strowman's splash to Finn Balor in the corner was good. Then Strowman's splash to Corbin in the corner was good. Strowman's club fist to Corbin was to Finn. I think it was Corbin. Yeah, Corbin was good. Then Strowman's Mack truck drive-by to Corbin and Balor was good. Owens' drive-by to Finn Balor was good. Corbin's clothesline to Strowman was good. Balor's slam blade to Owens was on point. Match ending. Finn Balor and Baron Corbin would tag themselves in each. Both of them would take exception to it. And then both of them would brawl and outside the ring all the way up to the stage, to the ramp. All the way up to the stage up the ramp. And that would force a count out. So Braun Strowman and Kevin Owens were going to win this match regardless. So Finn and Corbin were able to get themselves counted out. Yeah, Kurt, good idea when imploding tag teams. That's really going to make Stephanie impressed of you. So anyway, continuing on. After the match, Kevin Owens would run away from Strowman. Strowman would then chase Owens backstage while holding the Money in the Bank briefcase. Owens would then hide from Strowman in a coach's locker room. And Owens would attempt to leave the arena when he asked to get his car keys from the valet. The valet said he didn't have them, and then told him Braun Strowman had them. Then Braun Strowman would hand Owens the car keys, and he tells Owens he hopes Owens has good car insurance, and points to Owens' car. And Braun Strowman would flip Owens' car upside down and have it smoking so he'd destroy the car, making Strowman look strong again. Yeah, smoking to the point where one of the producer guys got a fire extinguisher. Honestly, and then Corey Graves would say Braun Strowman went too far. Corey Graves, shut the fuck up. Braun did not go far. That was great. You're just being a fucking pussy. Grow up. So next up, we get to our main event. The Intercontinental Championship match. Dolph Ziggler defends against Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins getting his one-on-one rematch. This was a really good main event. Highlights in the match. Seth's dropkick to start the match was real great. Seth's arm drag into an armbar was on point. Dolph's amateur wrestling hip toss into a headlock was really good. Seth's professional wrestling hip toss was good on point. Dolph's chin lock was well executed. Seth sold it pretty well. Seth's Irish whip to Dolph was pretty brutal. Dolph bouncing right off of it. That was really hard. That was brutal. The crossbody collision between the two was on point. Seth's sling blade was well executed. At one point in the match, Drew McIntyre would interfere in the match, to no surprise. And he would get ejected for it, even though the ref didn't see it. But the ref was listening to the crowd. Then Seth's insecurity was really executed. Then the suicide dive to Drew and Dolph was well executed. Drew would go to the back to the locker room. Seth's ripcord knee was good. Now that's a move we haven't seen from Seth in a while. Dolph's DDT on the ring apron was really well good. Seth's buckle bomb was on point. The frog splash was well executed and on point. Dolph Ziggler would hit the zigzag. It was well executed. It would only force a 2 count, so we had a lot of near falls in this match. Match ending, Seth would hit the superplex followed by the Falcon's Arrow. As Seth was getting the count, Drew McIntyre would come back out and pull the ref out of the ring when the count was at 2. And then he attacked Seth Rollins, forcing the DQ. So Drew McIntyre was going to win this match regardless. Not Drew. Dolph Ziggler was going to retain regardless. So then that's Drew and Dolph are about to attack Seth for post-match assault. Boring fuckfaces music hits. Roman Reigns would come out. Roman would spear Dolph Ziggler. Then Roman and Drew would trade some blows. Drew would hit a headbutt on Roman Reigns. Roman would no-sell it to hit the stupid man punch on Drew McIntyre. And Drew and Dolph both leave the ring. So Seth wins by DQ, but Dolph remains champion because title does not change hands on a DQ or countout. I think we know the rematch is coming at Extreme Rules. But yeah, that's where we end Raw. Very lengthy review. Probably the longest Raw review I ever had. Because I actually took a lot of notes for this. But yeah, Raw rating, overall, 3 out of 10. The Bayley heel turn was 10 out of 10. The main event was at least a 9 out of 10. The show started off bad, but those 2 moments really helped the rating go up a little bit. But yeah, that's my final rating. mediocre at best. Only 2 real good moments. That was it. But yeah, I think I'm done with this review. Hope everyone has a great day, and yeah, peace out. And we didn't see Elias this week. That's sad. So yeah, when times are tough, ask yourself, what would Elias do?